Hey guys, what's going on? itzTitan here once again, and before we jump into this amazing nuclear gameplay and talk about this new recoil buff, I first want to demonstrate how insanely OP are these two buffed optical attachments. First, we look at the BOA 3 optical attachments on the VMP and Vesper. Let's start with the VMP and see a comparison between the stock VMP iron sights and the BOA 3 sight. Now with the BOA 3 attachments, you can see how much it did reduce the recoil, and it is just a huge difference. I was also using foregrip, and later on I will explain why, because obviously it will make the gun way better. The last attachment is the Varix sight that I am going to demonstrate, and it is one of the best sights actually, so here it is. You can see that there is almost no recoil at all whatsoever, so let's see how this actually works in the gameplay where I got the nuclear. And also I would kindly ask you bros, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to show some love and drop a like on this thing, and also share the video if it's not too much to ask. So here we are, this is a Man-O-War Varix nuclear gameplay with the final score of 66-2 I believe, don't quote me on that. And it is just absolutely insane how I don't have any recoil with using this Varix sight at all. Now I didn't really notice this before, but I was browsing the web for some of the COD Black Ops 3 news, and I came across this hidden update that basically improved the recoil stability, or in other words recoil buff, but only for certain optical attachments which contain the BOA 3 or BOA 3, Varix, Thermal and Recon, and also the ELO sight, but only just a little bit. Now the absolute best optical attachment as of now is the Varix attachments or optical attachment, and to be honest the gameplay speaks for itself, but I am going to explain some recoil stats and percentages for some of these optical attachments. Now I heard from different YouTubers that the BOA 3 optics got a plus 10% center speed, and what it means is that how fast your center red dot or optics come back to its normal position when you fully auto shoot your weapon. Now this can be seen exactly as a plus 10% recoil reduction. Your crosshair now barely moves from its normal position, and it almost doesn't even need to be controlled anymore. The Varix also got the same plus 10% center speed and also a 0.15 recoil reduction, which is just huge. Now, as you can see in the gameplay, the Varix sight doesn't have any recoil at all. I mean, whatsoever, and it is just hilarious, and it is like using free foregrips at the same time. Now, a good thing to know is that if you use the foregrip attachment and use the Varix sight, it will not make your recoil any better, since the foregrip attachment stats do not stack with the Varix sight stats, and that probably should stay that way, since with the Varix sight you literally have no recoil at all. However, BOA 3 optics with foregrip attachment stacks with each other and gives you way better odds, so using the BOA 3 with a grip will give you almost no recoil at all, and it is the best combo. But in my opinion, it still doesn't beat the Varix sight. Now, the only thing that I notice is that first when you try the Varix sight on any gun, it will definitely feel the weirdest thing ever because it is such a huge optical attachment. I mean, just look at that thing. It is almost as big as your gun probably. And even when you zoom in with the sight itself, it's something that a lot of people would need to get used to, including myself of course. Even though I played a lot of games with it, I still need to get used to it. I mean, that is just how it is. If you don't really use something at all, then it will feel weird for at least a day to play with that something, which in my case is the Varix sight. But probably you guys played with it before, I don't know. Me personally, I never actually touched this sight at all, but now I'm actually going to be using it a lot more. But overall, I would actually go ahead and call this OP as hell, because it is just a fact. I mean, that's the only reason I can say, and I would recommend everyone who watches this to actually try it out because it is godlike. But this was today's video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the nuclear gameplay in the background, because it was something that I've never actually done before, and I never taught myself to, you know, go out and use a Varix site and even get a nuclear with it. And just to mention, this was my 4th game of that day when I was recording this. So in, you know, I don't know, in 4 games I got a nuclear with the Varix site. So this is how you guys should be looking at this site and this hidden buff, because it is really OP in my opinion. But let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts about this hidden buff, and of course if you got some sick gameplay with these attachments, link it down below. I don't mind at all, because I'm gonna check them out, because I'm also curious what you guys can come up with or what gameplays you guys got. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and for almost 400 subscribers, you guys are just amazing. Thank you so much again. And before the video ends, I would apologize if I'm echoing or you can hear some echo sounds, but my room is literally empty. I only have my PC set up here because I'm actually renovating my room and, you know, buying new furniture. So I'm sitting in an empty room talking to a microphone. But again, thank you so much for watching. Stay well, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.